Welcome back, MTG Joe here. Today we are going to be playing some Historic. So we have today a Boros Cat Tribal Energy deck. There was a version we played in Timeless. I think the deck's probably better in Historic. It's got some legs in Timeless, but the big card that takes advantage of there being no Bowmasters or Fury is Ocelot's Pride. So it's a 1-mana 1/1 first strike lifelink ascend. So if you have 10 or more permanents on the battlefield, you get the City's Blessing, which is kind of just an evergreen emblem. Beginning of your end step, if you gain life this turn, you create a 1/1 cat. If you have City's Blessing, it's create 2 tokens of each type that you created that turn. We have Esper Sentinel in this version, Guide of Souls, which triggers life gain off any creature coming in, which triggers Ocelot's Pride if you play it afterwards. And then you can pay energy to give creature +2 counters, give it flying, it becomes an angel. Leon and Warguard, another cat, and it also gains us life if you have 3 or more creatures. We have the energy package of Galvanic Discharge, just a scalable removal spell that plays into the whole energy theme. Ajani. So Ajani here, Cat Warrior, comes in and creates another cat. Whenever one or more cats you control die, you exile Ajani, then return to the battlefield transformed as Ajani Nacatl Avenger. For the most part, every time I flip the Johnny, I just keep zeroing. You make a token that's a 2/1 cat, and then it deals damage to, if you have another red permanent, it deals damage equal to the number of creature you control to any target. Not creature, any target. So you can also go face. Amped Raptor in here, just a way to kind of cascade with energy, lets you cast any card equal to the energy when you flip from the top of your library, so the first non-land. We have Inti in here just to give some stuff trample, put some counters, some card advantage. This is probably the most replaceable card of the deck. We have Unstable Amulet. This card's been really awesome. Card advantage engine. Basically pay 2 energy, exile a card from your library. You can play it until you exile another card with Amulet. Not till end of turn, not till end the next step, not until it leaves the battlefield, just until you exile something. And then whenever you cast something from exile, you get to ping and deal the damage to your opponent. We have some Lightning Helix. I have the rare version here just because I have the alternate art. You could play the uncommon one, so just keep that in mind if you're building the deck. And then Luris is a cat, so you play it all into that. A bunch of duels in the deck, Sunbaked Canyon, some Prismatic Vistas. You could save on the mana if you don't want to play Prismatic Vista, play just like the other Pain lands instead. So I can play best of 1. I'm 7-0 in best of 1 with this deck. But if you want a sideboard, this is how I'd kind of approach it first. Invasion for like haste decks, go wide decks just to gain you some life and stop the kind of immediate attack, thinking things like wizards. You have Invasion of Gobakan in here. You can just, for the control decks, anything that's kind of more removal based or combo based, you can disrupt them that way. Static Prison. So some decks will play this main. We have a lot of removal main as is. I think I prefer this in the more as a sideboard card. It can catch anything in terms of removal, but I've had it at times where I've cascaded into it with the Raptor against a control deck, and it feels pretty bad. Rest in Peace for Graveyard Hate, and then Meltdown's a new card that was or a reprint actually. Very good against the artifact decks. Just pay X, just plague win your opponent, and just kind of destroy everything in that respect. So that is the deck. Like I said, we're going to play it in best of 1. I'll do a sample of the gameplays themselves in video, and then we'll do a wrap-up at the end with thoughts. Like I said, the only card that I'm uncertain of if I really want in here is Inti, but we might just end up cutting it, and I'll let you know in the wrap-up after we play some more games with the deck. I'll see you at the games. We'll catch you next. Well, thanks for watching. Alrighty, jumping into a game. So usually want, like, the guide's one of the best cards you could have at the beginning. So opponent's not showing a companion. We don't have a huge amount of aggression here, but we have some interaction. We do have 4 lands. We're a little susceptible to flooding. That's my only concern. But I think we try this out. They're a creature-based deck. We're pretty good here. Now, this does require a target, but you don't have to actually deal any damage. So you can always just cycle this even on your own creature to generate 3 mana. If this is Wizards, probably just play this for now. See, consider, could be Phoenix, more likely Wizards. So the Helix is nice in this matchup, gives us some additional reach. We have Ocelot's Pride here. I want to thin my deck, I think. We could just Monument this turn. Plays better if they have like Spell Pierce. They don't get anything from it. It's a little bit slower of a start. But next turn I can double spell. Gotta assume like our first few creatures are just gonna die. We want to hit like an Ajani or something. They kept a weird hand of no creatures, it seems, or they're just trying to play around with Spell Pierce backup. They could have 2 spells, but if they have 2 spells, that's fine. So I'm gonna pay 1 more here. Just because of the prowess, they would have been able to get some extra value. We're drawing a lot of lands here. I think it's just Lurrus to hand. They could get in a big attack here, but I don't know. It might be right just to keep up the Helix. But they've just been churning through their deck at this point. They played all 4 Considers. They've seen all 4 Considers at this point. Could be Flame of Anor. Here. Go Ajani. I probably should have killed Soulscar first, because now they get the draw. That was a little wrong. Because it seems like they have Flame of Anor, which requires a wizard to get both modes. A bit of a misplay there. If I killed the Soulscar first, would have been better. Do this. I'm doing this now. They'd have to have 2 spells here to get it outside of prowess range. And then next turn I can Lurrus back Ajani. Then if they kill my Lurrus, I get to flip Ajani. I also have access to Amulet here that I can do as well, depending on what they play out. They did hit the land drop. A little bit of a misplay there on my part. Like I said, I should have looked to kill it first. Go. I'm shocking in over this just because taking repeated damage from this is a little bad. We have the Wizard's Lightning. We're going to assume they have a lot of removal. They haven't really seen creatures to this point. I'm just trying to get them out of resources and then eventually drawing second flames there is really good. So we've seen the 1 flame. Or the 2 flames. An easy no block. That's nice. I'm gonna start with Unstable. This allows me to play around Spell Pierce. Actually, I should have played the land in case they have double Pierce. Panic's nice. I think we attack with both cats here. I don't, like, we're not going to discard with Inti right now, so I think it's fine. You want to potentially get baited out by one of those. Guide of Souls. And we have Inti. So Inti potentially will gain us a life here. That gets us an energy. That's the turn. Again, they could have a Flame of Anor. It'd be kind of annoying because they can hit my Unstable Amulet. Can do this now. Just passing. I'm more interested in hitting like a Symmetry Sage or an Arcanist. We've seen, okay, 2 Flame of Anors, but they can flash it back. Both our decks have been quite flooded relative to like what we're normally operating with. Like we haven't seen a single Raptor yet, which would be nice. 12. They have some sort of a removal spell. Snapcaster here. I want to see what they're targeting first. Going for the card draw. So I actually don't care about Inti. They'll attack in for 3 here. No blocks. Do this. We get to ping here. I'm only going to hit for 1 because I want to stockpile some energy. Helix is great. So let's see what we get. Ajani. We might be able to kill them here. Because we can target our own Ajani and then flip it. So that's 3. Enough. 6, 7, 10. Boom. It's Lightning Helix! Easy dubs. That was a good one. A lot of back and forth, a lot of Flame of Anors to go down. Catch you in the next one. Alright, jumping into another game. We go first. I think we'll keep this. No one drop, which is a little annoying. Opponent is mulliganing hard. The lead on the Vantage. Gaze. So they're Dredge. Double Silver Smote. I think I'm gonna get a Ajani started. What's in my hands? Just because this can hit a removal spell that I may want. And even if it hits another Ajani, that's a way to flip my Ajanis, which is nice. One drop would be nice here. Really awkward set of draws for them. So I'm doing this first because I gain a life. And then I'll do this in case I draw a Johnny. Esper Sentinel. One energy in the reserve. We have a Lightning Helix as some removal as well. So founding the Otherworldly Gaze is pretty low value. And either they're going to give me a card draw here. We hit a land, it's not great, but one less line we're drawing into. What we'd really like is Ocelot's Pride. So they did hit the chill. We'll be getting some stuff back. Tide of Souls is nice. So again, I could do this pre-combat. I could do it post-combat. Doing it like this. They could chump block with Stitcher. They're gonna, like, we have to attack into Stitcher anyways. I know they're gonna get back a Prized Amalgam. Then this flips my Ajani. Stitcher resolves. Okay, so they did find Wonder. That makes it a little interesting. So realistically, they have 12. They would have to hit 3 Creeping Chills. So I could Ajani. I have a 5-ball. We're just going face here. I think I just need to do the Helix. If they didn't hit Wonder, I'd be fine playing Amped Raptor because we had the ground block. But there's a potential. They do here. Do you want to keep a Johnny alive? Guide of Souls comes in. Stable Amulet comes in. That gives us 7, so we have 2 attack triggers to give extra power. Here, just spread around the damage, and then I'll ajani lethal them. Actually, we should have ajani'd first because of creeping chill. So just a little bit of sequencing issues, but not punished. 8-ball to the face. Alrighty, ajani pulling its weight. Catch for the next one. Who wants to tell the opponent that they spelled the central wrong? We go first. This is a key. So I'm going to lead with this. I'm not going to play anything because next turn I'm going to play out both of these. Sequencing Joseph. Then we get a cat. And then the cat gets us an energy. And then we'll get more energy. And we'll give this life link. Portable hole. Bye-bye, cat. I mean, if they have a sweeper, they have a sweeper. I think we decline. Keep some energy in the reserve. I just wanted to get this around if they had like Brotherhood's End or something. They wouldn't play Divine Purge because of Portable Hole, so if they did have removal, I would imagine it would be like 3 damage. Okay, so second hole. So take action. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna discard Esper Sentinel. Put the counter here. No, I wanted my Raptor. Basically, I just want to give them no good blocks. Like, everything will result in their thing dying. Let's go to their turn. Second Sentinel. Do I want to give them the card draw? Like, we're going to give him 1 here. Cool craft. Raptor is pretty sick. Alrighty, they've had enough. Another W on the board. Playing The Island. Basic Island Gamer. Will they be on Basic Islands? Let's figure it out. Guildgate Gamers. I don't want to hit lands on curve, so start with Ocelot's Pride. Open the gates. This kind of puts pressure on them to do stuff. Like even if they have a sweeper here. It's a little awkward because we have kind of two basics in a way. See if this puts enough pressure on them to want to sweep. So ideally I'd like to hit a land. Sweeper out of them. Tommy get some land. Perfect. So the reason I like this is because I could ajani and then shoot my ajani to flip it into the planeswalker. So like I can kill any cat here. So I want to entice them into the sweeper. One. See what we hit here. So Amped Raptor doesn't work when you cast it from exile to get the extra card, so keep that in mind. It's only cast from hand. So you'd still get the energy. See what we get here. Land is actually very nice. We'll go Esper Sentinel. We'll go Leonin. And then just 4-ball our opponent. So we're presenting a nice board state. We have our engine going. This could give us energy for next turn, so then we can spin an amulet. Our amulets will be pinging. This will tax them for the turn. I think we do this. We do this. We get our energy here. Carnation Vista. We have more white in the deck. I lose one less point of damage by doing it this way. But I can see if I hit a 2-drop that I want to cast. I think we do this. That's nice because it'll give us some extra energy. Then we just 5-ball them again. So we'll need a third sweeper here. Even Titan doesn't really do too much here. The opponents had 3 sweepers in the top 14 cards. And at this point, we're just laughing. Okay, so we did hit a land. We could find a spell here. Then they're dead. So you can see how powerful these amulets are. Just churning through our deck. We have ajani just like feasting them. Kind of going from there. But deck's been sweet. Show the next one. Alrighty. We are trying to go for the 10-0, folks. The 10-0. Opponent goes first with Luris. Hands a tad slow, but I think we tried out. A lot of redundancy in this hand. Ooh, Inti, scary. Professional Magic the Gathering player draws 1 drop on curve. Can you stop? That'd be cool. Take NT. Take NT. Nice. Nice. So one little thing, I made a mistake. I should have played this pre-combat only because if we hit Leona and Vanguard, I wouldn't have got it. I guess it's still fine because either they hit the Guide of Souls. But here, like this one card gave us 3 bodies, which is really strong. This might, no, so this isn't Tainted Pact. Could be Jace Valki. But I feel like that's other Shadow. This is an interesting line. Because I can attack in so the thing that's a little annoying here is with the first strike, if they let it through, then it gets bigger. So that we get it larger. So I do think this turn we're just killing Shadow. I'm going to put the counter here to incentivize them to kill the flyer. I think we just play the Canyon, make it seem like we might have something. Good start. Good start. So Jace. Discard. Alrighty. Catch you for the wrap-up, folks. All right, folks, we are here for the wrap-up, and we have the clean 10-0 with the deck. I played 2 or 3 more games on my iPad earlier, and I won all those as well. The deck has literally 100% win rate. We've just won everything. Like, opponent had no chance. We crushed. The deck felt amazing. Really enjoyed it. Really liked the way it kind of played out. The only card that I'm not sold on, like I said, is Inti. A lot of the games we don't have cards in hand. Through like the unstable amulets, kind of what we want to play instead of this. The cards I was thinking of, there was kind of a few you can play. I kind of want more 1-drops, which I don't think is terrible. So if we kind of go back to Arena for a sec, some things I was looking at. We have Ruby Collector in here, just rewards you for attacking with multiple creatures, gets you Mox Ruby, that helps you ramp, lets you play more spells out, and then it also is just a mana sink, which is nice. Like I said, we could play the static prison. That's probably the easiest, cleanest fix. Just gives us more energy as well as removal, which can be helpful. Or I was looking at dedicated doll maker. Let's see, doll. Why aren't you showing up? There we go. So what's kind of cool here is you can make a copy of something. So you can make, like, it resets your, say, unstable amulet, so you get more energy. It gives your creature tokens indestructible that we can use. But also, if we make something into a token, then we can make copies of the token with Ocelot's Pride. So if we, like, when we gain life, we get to create copies of the copies. So then it kind of snowballs in that regard. So that was something cool that I thought of as well. Honestly, if not, like, it's probably the prison. But even I was just looking at something stupid like Sacred Cat. Lifelinker, it works nicely with Ocelot. It's a cat that's cheap, and then we can embalm it so it comes back from the graveyard. So then it comes as another copy. So I create a token copy of this card, so we get a copy of that. So it's just some things to kind of consider in that respect. But really like the deck. It's probably the most fun I've had in a while with a particular deck. Really like these cards, like Ajani's so sick in these games that we played, but let me know what you think, what you've been enjoying in Historic. If you have any cool decks, we'll do the metagame breakdown in the next coming days. Thanks for watching. Have a great one.